Guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a little trick that I've learned about 30 years ago, how to build these old catfish shockers, stunners, zappers, whatever they want to call it. Been building for over 30 years. I'm on my third design, and this turns out to be one of the simplest ones yet. You can't short them out, you can't burn them up. You hook them up wrong, you rehook it up, it resets itself, starts to work. Today we're going to sit here and we're going to break down the parts a little bit, talk about it a little bit, and show you how the process of building them. There ain't a whole lot of components to it. There's a couple transistors, a couple capacitors, you got 4 resistors, a LED, and a circuit board, and whatever kind of enclosure you might want to put it in. A lot of times I put them in these skull cans. I can come across them pretty easy, so I use them. Sometimes I do buy these factory boxes. It don't matter. You just basically build this little simple circuit on the board there. You're soldering it back up in a certain configuration, and it works, guys. It's that simple. It works. But stay with me, and let me show you the process. Well, the first thing I like to do is figure out what kind of enclosure I'm going to use this particular time. And like I said, I was going to go ahead and choose to use the skull can. Usually they typically come in these smaller circuit boards, and all I do is I fit them, scribe it out, and cut the edges. I just get them where they'll fall inside the box. Nothing fancy at all. Nothing fancy at all. Drop in the box there. So here's your enclosure. I've already drilled the hole for my LED. Make sure you get a hole that allow it to come through kind of freely. Typically I come back, put just a little bit of super glue around. It helps out. Make sure it stays there. Works just fine. The next step, I usually start right there at the top. I have this template right here that I typically go by. I do have sets of prints. 2 or 3 of them, it gets repetitious. But just try to find a pattern that you like to do. You know, I can kind of use these lines that are already on these boards right here, and just stick with that pattern. You stick it through it. When I come over on this other side over here, this side is going to have all your copper that you're going to be doing your soldering on. So it has all your copper tint on the opposite side of the board that you're going to be pushing your electronics in. So if you look at it, on the way I'll end up being tying this one in, I'll just go ahead and bend them tongs in that direction. That's simple. Just take. Okay, got the other one. Looking at this one as a template. Coming over here, putting it in the same holes. I bend it over and hold it with my finger. Come back over here, so this way I'm going to bend it down. Basically in the same relationship, it looks like. Bend that one up, and these 2 over and down. That one off to the side, that one down. Hope you can see that right there. That's it. Bam. I find that the LEDs are polarity sensitive, so make sure you get those, you know, get those in the right way. You put them in the wrong way. Alright, back to the LED. All I'm going to do is find the appropriate holes. I got a space in between that and the transistor. I'm going to stick it in the holes. I like to get it in there about halfway. I bend it up. I hold it with my finger. That's the ticket, is holding it with your finger until you get these bent over. And then just come back in here and bend them in the direction that you want to get them and where they'll hold. Bam. There you go. You got 3 of them already in there. This one somebody else picked up. It is not the right style capacitor, but I'm using it as a reference. Okay? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put them in roughly the same holes. That's 2 up, 2 over, and 2 up. So we are 2 over and 2 up, and 2 over and 2 up. not a whole lot of leads when you go out like this, so we're having to spread them out a little bit. We're going to get it in there. Same thing. And there you go. Bend those wires over, and that'll keep you in. Alright, so we got our electronics or components put inside our wafer board here. We've are at the point now where we want to double check to make sure we have the right resistors in the right spot. Go ahead and just kind of look everything over to make sure you had the opportunity to double check, because sometimes you get that one resistor in the wrong spot. Should have been over here, vice versa, whatever. Guys, it ain't gonna work. Bottom line is, got to be the right resistors, right capacitors, right transistors. Everything's got to be right. It's simple. It ain't put what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 pieces here. Just a matter of putting them in the right configuration. That's all it's to it. That's why I'm here to show you today. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this over, and we're going to go back to our template, and I can see what needs to be soldered and which one goes to what. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and go through and twist all these leads together. They got to be soldered. I'm going to look at this, use this template, and go through and do it on this one. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I just wanted to show you that all I've done was come back through here, and all these leads that we've bent over, I've just got them bent over in the perspective spot where I'm going to be doing the soldering joints at now. You can see them right here. These are going to go together. These all three to go together. Alright, so I'm just working on getting these leads. You can see I have different size leads right here. Listen guys, it don't matter. It's an electronic device. It's all about the pulse that it generates. It don't carry no current. It's just not necessary to have really big leads to do this with, you know. Speaker wire, small, just small gauge wire will work really just fine. Actually, the easier, the smaller that you got, the easier it is to work with, to be honest with you. That's why a lot of times I build them with those leads right there. Here on the top, we're going to start from the top once again, work our way down. I need a little bit more wire stripped off, a little bit more insulation stripped off there. So let's add it right there. And right there, across the top leads that we haven't done nothing with yet, I'm going to just take this point right here. So these are two right here that we haven't made up yet on our boards yet. Alright, so we're going to tin our wire. Let's get some solder on the tip of that iron right there. And then I like to come in here and just tin that wire. Real simple. Heat it up, it'll melt it right on in. Look at that. Look at that right there. Let's get some more soldering on the iron. Let's get it heated on in there. There we go. Okay. Once you get that a little bit there, now that'll help hold it. Now, I like to flip it up underneath that lead, that wire underneath the lead. And now I can do some soldering. Make sure she's heated up good. So take that solder, bam, there you go. Let's go extremely careful on, there we go. Now, as you can see right now, it's almost about ready to touch that connection down there. That's one of the things I was telling you about earlier. It happens. It's not the end of the world. You just got to correct it. There we go. Pulling it away. Pulling it away. They actually make a solder sucker. It will actually remove that solder. out of your way there. Alright, so that one's made up, guys. I'd rather it be a little bit further away. I like to do what they call tenure wire. If you go ahead and get that solder on your lead right there, go ahead and get it heated up, get the solder on it, and leave a little dab of solder on it. And that sucker right there, you'll see how easy it will now to make it up on its location. Because you already have solder from the other joint, and now you got solder on that end of that ready to make a joint. Just got to get your little tough. Yeah, I got my little clamp there, but it's not always easy to use. So what we do is I'm just holding it there, heating that solder up, and it's together. Bam. And it's hot on my fingers. There it is right there. Last one, very simple. We're going to come over here. That's where the last one makes up, right there. We're going to come in here and get some of this solder. We'll just let it suck right on up on that tip right there. Put it up at, and it'll solder right down. Bam, that quick. Okay? Right here, we'll add a little more solder to it. Make sure we got a good joint up in here. Now guys, if you ain't done this in a while, or haven't never done it, you're going to kind of look like I am right now. I haven't done this in, it's been a while. You know guys, just keep in mind, you know, check with your local state laws and your regulations. Make sure you're doing it, you know, either in your private ponds or where it's legal. You know, don't go out there. I'm not suggesting to go out here and use this anywhere you ain't supposed to use it at. There is places you can use it at, but be smart about it. I just want to show you how simple it is to build that device right there. They're selling them out there, $40, $50, $60. But guys, this demonstration right here, you know, contact me. I can give you a little bit more of a breakdown on all the parts, on what I did use and all. You know, even a little bit better description of schematics and all. I'll send you schematics. But that's about how simple it is, guys. There is a Catfish shocker built that everybody's selling on eBay and anywhere they can, where you can make them yourself. That's simple. That's simple right there, guys. Simple. Yep. Black goes to your positive, white's going to go to your negative on this one, and the green's going to be your stinger leg. That's it. And you can pull them LEDs out a little bit farther. That's a little bit recessed in there. It'll come out. You can pull them out a little bit. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment. Please like and share. I've got a